Hi Sagittarius, this is Amanda from By Luna's Light. Welcome to my channel. For those of you returning, I apologize for the long hiatus that I took from readings. There was a lot of changes going on in my life that I just really needed to focus on, but I needed to take that time to ground and just kind of do me for a while. So I am back though, trying to get back into the swing of things. I did take that time away, that opportune time away, to create my own oracle deck, Luna's Light Oracle. This deck is available for purchase. The link will be in the description box below, and it is currently 15% off until December 1st for a seasonal sale. So check it out. I will be using it in your video today, so you can get a peek at what they look like. All right, Sagittarius. Angels and guides, please come forward for my Sagittarius. What do my Sagittarius need to know in regards to their life for mid-November to mid-December? What do my Sagittarius need to know? What do my Sagittarius need to know? Wow, that was a lot. Okay. Apparently they wanted all of these to come out. Don't even think they're gonna all fit in here. Okay, overall energy, bottom of the deck is Black Moon Lilith, Taboo. So there is some sort of energy going on right now within you that you're kind of overcoming, perhaps something that's no longer serving you, serving your energy. Now that doesn't necessarily mean it has to be an addiction, but it could be. Maybe you're actively working towards eating healthier, you know, letting go of all the chocolate. Hard time to do that right now, by the way. It is, you know, the season's changing. We all want to hibernate and snack, and it's the holidays coming up. But you have it within you to overcome these things. So whatever that pertains to you, this could also be toxic relationships or toxic way of thinking. It's trying to overcome this energy at this time. Trying to not overcome it, but trying to learn from it. Where is this stemming from? Why am I can't speak. Why am I exuding these symptoms of craving chocolate? Where is that coming from? Is it my need for security? Is it my need for excitement? Maybe you're bored. I'm just using that as an example because it came up, but it could be like, you know, why am I drinking so much? Am I lonely? Am I bored? You know, kind of going to the stem, to the root of the situation, rather than just saying, I'm doing too much of this, I'm going to stop. It's really understanding those cycles and understanding why they're coming up when they're coming up. And that, my friends, only you can answer. You have all those answers within you. Okay, so we have Dream World messages. You could be having a lot of very intuitive dreams at this time, and Spirit's kind of taking this opportune time to bring things to the surface. A lot of emotions, a lot of hidden aspects. Again, this could even be hidden emotions coming through. So, and you can see at night, this is when the channels are clear. This is when your defenses aren't up. And I don't mean you're defensive towards Spirit. I just mean that we don't have the ability to second guess what's coming through, because it's just through the dream state. We just accept what is, accept what's coming through. So our defenses are down. We're listening better in our dream world, in our dream state. So midnight is coming through, stillness. Some of you could be waking up at midnight a lot from dreams. And if that is the case, it's time to write those suckers down because clearly they're coming through with a lot of wisdom, and it could be pertaining to things that are underneath the surface right now that are coming up for you. there are a lot of dream books out there that'll help with that, but ultimately you are the one that knows your symbols best. So bringing the power back to you and sitting down and saying, okay, say you have a giraffe in your dream. I don't know why, but we dream weird things sometimes, and there's just a random giraffe coming through. What does a giraffe mean to you? Ask yourself, what does it symbolize for me? Does it symbolize height? Something very tall looming over me? Maybe that makes me feel vulnerable. Maybe makes me feel oppressed. Maybe it makes me feel watched over in a good sense. It's taking apart little by little what that means for you, and it brings in like this complete open, it's like a open window into who you are and what is going on beneath the surface that a lot of times we try to suppress, or we try to suppress for a better day. And I'm definitely a closet crier because I don't enjoy being vulnerable in front of people. I'm a Cancerian, and a lot of people are like, yeah, bullshit. It's really hard for me to open up like that in front of people sometimes, but it's necessary. When you need to feel it, you have to let it happen. So sometimes, we leave emotions to a better opportune time for us to deal with them, and then they don't get actually dealt with or addressed or properly processed. So it could be that, spirit's coming through and saying, it's time to deal with these things that we have been hiding from or putting, on the shelf for a better day. Now's the day. Now we have Mother Moon coming in, fertility. Perhaps some of you are going through your cycle at this time. Maybe you're pregnant or trying to get pregnant. Or this could just simply mean that there's an aspect of the mother aspect of you that is missing something or is needing some attention. Now, the Mother Moon is also like the Empress, so about fertility and rebirth, but also nurturing, taking the time to nurture yourself and to realize that you have that mother goddess within yourself, and it's time to embrace that aspect of you. There could also be some sort of healing needed on the maternal side, I'm sensing. Ancestral trauma, and that's not an overnight thing to heal, obviously. So perhaps revisiting where you last left off with healing some sort of maternal trauma. Now that could be between, you and your mom, you and your daughter, you and your grandmother, or it could be that things are totally fine with them. It's just something within you that has been passed down through the maternal line. Now that could be self-worth, that could be trust issues, those things that kind of get taught to us inadvertently through our lineage. And you see the patterns, but you don't realize like that this directly wasn't meant for you. This was someone else's karma. This was someone else's lesson. And now because they didn't deal with it, say your great-great-grandmother didn't deal with it, it's now getting passed down throughout the line, throughout your lineage. And why hold on to that kind of energy? That's not our lesson to deal with. It's time to heal that, let it go, and learn our own lessons now. So it's definitely something that's coming through here. A lot of healing. And we have ceremony, release coming in. So there's definitely, look at that, some toxicity that needs to be released. It's like purging. I'm sensing like when I do shamanic energy work, it's like pulling black sludge out of ourselves that has been eating us alive or eating us inside out and just like eating away at our happiness. It's time to purge all of that. Now, some of you, maybe you're being drawn towards ayahuasca ceremonies or psilocybin, like microdosing, or something on a more spiritual level, not just like, getting high on mushrooms, but, like making it into a ceremonial spiritual journey to reflect back on those maternal issues or whatever it is that is holding you back at this time. those hidden emotions that are beneath the surface, right? So it's going back into ceremony. Now, that doesn't have to be ayahuasca. It could simply be listening to some drumming, doing a shamanic journey. It could be meditating or doing a float tank. It could even just be like submerging yourself into a nice bath and taking yourself away deep into yourself to ask yourself the hard questions and envisioning yourself healing them. Recapitulation is really coming in right now. I know that's quite a mouthful of a word. Recapitulation, I think I'm saying it right. Where you go back into the past, where you felt like your energy was taken away, where your power was taken away, and changing the outcome of that situation so that you take your power back. Now, that doesn't change our past, but that's you actively going back and saying, I want my energy back. I want my power back. I'm going to change the outcome of this. That is recapitulation, I believe. That's how it was taught to me. So even if that's not what it's called, it's a great way to go back and make sure that you are embracing that opportunity, getting a second chance at taking your own energy back. And you can even do that with lineages. You can go back and envision yourself as your grandparent or your great-grandparent, whoever, maybe your mom, going back in time and taking your power back from perhaps a specific moment you know started this lineage, this ancestral trauma. We're very powerful creatures. We don't give ourselves enough credit for the fact that we can do this healing, this type of healing. So it is now time to embrace that opportunity to be our own creators of our own destiny again. And it starts with this. It starts with us. Now we have Grandmother Moon coming in with wisdom. Now, I'm sensing it's very maternal. Grandmother is coming through. Grandmother Moon. So maybe that's where it started with your grandmother. Maybe that's where this ancestral trauma started. And now you're learning the wisdom through this journey of healing that trauma. But excuse me. Okay, so I just had a blockage in my throat chakra. So some of you do need to learn how to voice yourself more. Perhaps that's part of the wisdom is using your voice, standing up for yourself and voicing your emotions and your opinions and making sure that you're heard. Some of you might feel the need to be heard, and no longer stifling that. Now, wisdom is coming through. So you're learning a lot about yourself at this time. It's what you do with that wisdom too, because once you do this, once you are, and again, it's not going to happen overnight. It is a progression. It's a spiral. Like it's not a linear healing process, but you're going to be able to help others. You're going to be the teacher, basically. You're going to be able to help others learn how to heal within themselves as well. Especially if you yourself have, it's like, okay, how do they want me to say this? When you begin to heal yourself, it affects the others that also have that within them that need to be healed. So it's the ripple effect. If you have discord with your mom, by healing that within yourself, it's going to start helping her to heal as well. Or maybe your daughter or your son, like it's going to start rippling out to affect the other people in your life that may have the exact same ancestral trauma that has been passed throughout the line, right? So bear that in mind when you are on this journey of releasing and healing, that you can also teach and share with others how this is changing for you. Because we all learn from each other. We all teach and we all learn from each other. So it is a beautiful lesson to be able to share with others. Now we have moon phase cycles. So again, with the healing, it all is a cycle. Wow, that was just beautiful. I just saw a lot of flames there, or sparks. It's all a cycle. So you're not going to get everything healed and done with right away. Everything has its time, its purpose, It's divine timing on everything. So allow yourself to go through this cycle. Recognize it, allow it to happen, and realize that everything comes at its own time, is just basically what they're saying. Okay. That was a lot of those. So we are going to jump into, which ones would you like? Okay. We're going to go with the Witch's Wisdom, or the Witch's Tarot, sorry. Witch's Wisdom is an oracle. Witch's Tarot. Angels and guides, please come forward for my Sagittarius. What do my Sagittarius need to know in regards to their life at this time? For November, mid-November to mid-December. I do have to say this is also the dark side of the year, the dark seasons. So this is a time of doing all that internal work. Oh wow, just as I say that, two beautiful eagles just flew right outside my window. I love living on the island. See eagles everywhere. All right, angels and guides, what do my Sagittarius need to know? Oh, it's so beautiful. They're flying in unison. Sorry, I'm a wee bit distracted by this because it's like there's some sort of magical dance that they're doing. Okay. So there is some sort of trauma with male energy coming forward. Now, whether you resonate as a male or a female, doesn't matter. This is an energy reading, not a gender specific reading, but there is some sort of the masculine energy. There's an issue here, some healing that needs to be done with the masculine energy. Now we have Temperance. There's an imbalance here, an imbalance possibly between funny, because we have the Mother Moon fertility, which is like the Empress. There's an imbalance between the Empress and the Emperor energy. So you could be needing to rebalance those energies within yourself, healing the masculine energy, or trying to start the process of healing it, because we have two kings on the table here, and they're both in the reverse. So one is the King of Pentacles. Now this is very similar energy to the Emperor. That's why I'm also kind of taking that as the Emperor energy, because the King of Pentacles is very similar in the fact that he wants stable foundation. He wants to create a kingdom. He wants to build a future and wants the stability there, the structure. Now, the Emperor is different in the fact, like, he avidly pursues things, goals and all that very quickly, whereas the King of Pentacles is a very slow, methodical, like, I'm going to build this up slowly. Now, with this in the reverse, this means that there's no progress right now going on in your foundation. Now, that sounds very dark. I did not mean it that way. I mean that it's time to focus on your foundation. That's kind of where they're going with the masculine energy of your foundation. Okay, let me just see what they're trying to say here. So there's something in your childhood years, perhaps, that needs to be healed in regards to a masculine energy. Now, it could be not feeling supported enough by a masculine energy, or it could be feeling like you weren't supported enough in general. That is where emotions are coming from. And that could also be from your ancestral line, not feeling like you were supported enough in your growth, in your pursuing of your own life and your own destiny. You weren't supported in childhood is what's coming through with this. So it created kind of an unstable foundation. Now we have the Four of Cups. it created a lot of defensiveness. So even if someone comes in now offering, look at this, very closed off energy, not being able to trust, not allowing yourself to open up to an opportunity coming forward to you, maybe feeling like, no, that's too good to be true, or they're just not trustworthy. They're not going to be there to support me, so maybe this could be creating some inequalities in relationships, in romantic relationships, and it's stemming from childhood trauma. You yourself know you better than anyone. So if this is way off kilter, obviously this is coming up for someone out there. But take what resonates for you, obviously. But I am very much getting I don't know how to accept things anymore. I don't know how to accept love. I don't know how to accept happiness, or I do not know how to accept help. I don't know how to accept support. And ultimately what support and help come down to is love, because they're showing their love to you. They want to be there to support you. So it could be that this childhood trauma has created a block in accepting help and love from others. And I'm really picking up on unworthiness. And it's hard because I know you know your worth. And I know you feel like you deserve the best, because we all do. We all deserve, what you are made of, your worth. But at the same time, others from your past might have made you feel like you weren't worth what you are. And now that you are on your path to healing, you know your worth, but it still creeps up. It still creeps up that others might not know your worth. You know what I mean? So it's not that you don't know your worth. It's you think that others don't know your worth. And in that sense are now putting you down in some sort of way, or letting you down in some sort of way. This is a very in-depth reading here. I apologize for going so in depth, but I have to read what comes. But you are healing. So there was a lot of heartbreak in the past from this masculine energy, or it could even be like it could even be that your maternal side, your maternal energy, where you're feeling perhaps that discord for some of you, perhaps the maternal energy was too masculine. You know what I mean? So maybe the maternal energy wasn't maternal at all. Maybe it was more in the go-getting, pursuing, rather than the nurturing and the loving. And that is possibly what is creating this feeling of of not being supported. Yeah, I'm getting a major maternal block there. Not nurturing enough, not loving enough, but more so focused on the doing and the creating and the building, the masculine energy. So it's almost like you had so much masculine energy from both your father and your mother, and you were needing more of the maternal energy, and now it's created an instability between the maternal and the masculine and the paternal energy within you. Okay, but you're healing. You're healing from it. You're turning this around. You are recognizing that there's this imbalance. You're recognizing that you're on a journey to heal this. Now we have the King of Wands. This could also create some sort of imbalance in your passionate sexual life. Perhaps creating less nurturing in your life, like in your love life. It's more of like passionate carnal energy rather than loving to some degree. Now that won't be for everyone, but it is coming through rather strongly that it's creating some sort of, it's a different approach to your love language that way. So it is creating havoc in your romantic life, in a sense. It's also playing a lot in with your confidence. Like, it's really affecting your confidence there. And here's just a reiteration, Six of Cups. This is all to do with your childhood. It all stems with your childhood. Look at those little fair-haired children there. It all comes back to what happened in your foundational years. That is what is coming up. Whew. Okay, so that was some pretty heavy energy there, Sagittarius. So I'm just going to, I mean, we all reach these moments where we need to come head first with what's really holding us back. So I'm very happy that you guys are on your healing journey. But I am going to throw some Palo Santo out here just to brighten up this energy and promote healing, promote happiness, and growth. Not allowing ourselves to continue down a path that is not meant for us. We're meant to heal from things and learn and grow. We're not meant to stay stuck or to endure lessons for a lifetime from another person or from our lineage, right? So this is time. This is a good release. I'm going to do the same for you. Take a deep breath in. And release. All right. I hope that brought some clarity today. I wish you nothing but the best on your healing journey. Please do not get too much in your head about it. You got to lead with your heart with that one, and allow yourself to feel what you need to feel and to release what you need to release. I wish you nothing but the best. Again, if you resonated with this video, please like, share, and subscribe. If you are interested in Luna's Light Oracle, it is on sale until December 1st, 15% off for online purchases. Again, that link is in the description box below. And I wish you guys nothing but the best, and I will see you guys again in your next video. Take care.